Hello and welcome to the Warhammer Podcast, episode 183. I'm your host, Brad. This is my co-host, Eric.
How's it going?
And on this week's episode, the data slate didn't come out, so we had to actually pull something together.
And people love when we talk about combat patrols.
It's true. So we've done a whole series on building better combat patrols. You should go watch all of them after this. But everyone keeps asking us, as a joke, to build worse combat patrols. So we put on our Games Workshop hats and got to work. But halfway through doing so, we accidentally intercepted an email from Games Workshop regarding the 11th edition combat patrols. So let's just spoil a bunch of the combat patrols we're getting next edition with the current trend of things.
Sounds good.
All right, we have literally a dozen of these that we threw together with the patrons. We had plenty of free time because, once again, there was still no data slate.
Oh, remember when we were worried about it ruining Silksong?
Now they're not going to release it for 2 months because they were afraid it was competing with Silksong.
Exactly. Next data slate 2026.
The last of the edition.
Oh no, GTA 6. We're gonna have to delay it again.
But anyway, let's start off with some of the more normal ones before we get into our true art near the end. No horse girl memes this time, luckily.
I mean, we can fix that. I've got time. You want me to fix it?
I'm good.
No, let's instead start with the perfectly normal Knights Combat Patrol here. Absolutely normal to have Knights Combat Patrol.
So while Knights currently does have a combat patrol, which is just you bring 2 armigers, we came up with the much better solution of sell a combat patrol box that is just a large knight. And it works out. It's like a 14% discount. It's a terrible discount, but there you go. You made a knight combo box that's a discount by just not charging like $200 for a single knight.
Yeah, instead just 170-ish. Yeah, I mean, it would absolutely ruin everything about Combat Patrol itself as a format.
All 5 players of Combat Patrol are weeping.
Honestly, could you imagine if they did that, but at the same time, as they're making a new box, they just get rid of a bunch of the like options. So like you can only build a Knight Paladin or something like that. Easy to build a knight.
That's just what the old knight boxes were, Eric. Well, now the knight box got split, didn't it? But before the newest knight came out and they split the box in half, the second newest version of the knight box was basically just every time they added a new knight, they added a new upgrade sprue.
Yeah, right.
So they technically could just make it a terrible knight.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you gotta make sure that the value's still the same, right?
But all right, let's get the meme we all knew I was going to do out of the way. But I promise there's a small twist. So Thousand Suns, classic. Everyone loves all of our combo boxes.
Everyone loves Zongor.
I don't know what you're talking about. I would never put Zongor in a bad combat patrol. So starting off the Thousand Suns combat patrol with a Zongor Shaman, 10 Zongor, 3 Zongor Enlightened, 3 more Zongor Enlightened, but we have them as great bows, so we've got both on the cover image, right?
Okay, sure.
Then we have a pair of Chaos Spawn, which is 1 box of them.
All right.
And a Mutalith Vortex Beast.
Of course.
Even in my bad boxes, this is 450 points and has a centerpiece model. Games Workshop, are you listening? This is a bad one, and I still got above this bar. What the fuck are you doing?
It's not the worst, but yeah, this is sure Zongor-y.
So everyone goes, haha, it's Zongor, it's Zongor. The real answer to this, and I loved this twist, I wasn't going to do this one until a patron came up with this, is every model in this box is originally for a different game. None of these are 40k models.
Huh.
The Chaos Spawn and Mutalith Vortex Beasts are from Old World, like they're technically Warhammer Fantasy Battles. And then the Zongor, the Enlightened, and the Shaman all came out in AOS and then got ported into 40k.
I knew Chaos Spawn, but I guess I never really thought of Mutalith Vortex Beast as from Old World.
The MVB's a dual build kit that also builds the Slaughter Brute, which just didn't exist because Khorne doesn't get a Slaughter Brute, I guess, in 40k. We get the MVB in Thousand Suns, but they just didn't make the other half of the box playable in 40k for some reason.
They probably just forgot about it.
It's one of the few boxes you can build wrong and end up with a model that is not in the game.
Yeah, not even like, oh, it's just not WYSIWYG. It's like, nah, it's just a different model, bro. Yeah, that is fascinating to have a 40k Thousand Suns combo box. None of these models are originally for 40k.
And the worst part is, like, if you sold this box next to the current rather good Thousand Suns Combat Patrol, I'd be happy seeing both on the shelf. Like, this isn't even a terrible box. It's not one that a lot of Thousand Sun fans are going to like because a lot of people don't like Zongor. But if you want to add Zongor to your collection, it's solid.
Yeah, especially because you get like 6 Zongor Enlightened. It's not just 20 Zongors.
Yeah, from from a discount standpoint, this is a pretty good box to my knowledge. I didn't do the math on this one, but I know Zongor Enlightened are overpriced, Spawns are overpriced, and the MVB is expensive. It's not a bad box.
Yeah, I mean, other than like buying Chaos Spawn.
Yeah, that's a whole discussion, but they're going to come back.
Oh, they're coming back real quick.
So this was part of our leaked email from Games Workshop. We found out that, shocking everybody, Chaos is not going to get much attention in 11th edition. I know that as Chaos fans, we're used to having all sorts of attention and getting fully fleshed out ranges, lots of options, not inheriting the same Vindicator and Predator and Helldrake and Hellbrute and Forge Fiend. Okay, the Forge Fiend's cool though, but not inheriting the same models over and over again. So it's a big shock to us that we're not going to get any attention next edition.
It does kind of make sense though. Like they just got a bunch of new entire factions. So like, all right, let's chill on the Chaos for a little bit. You only get like one big combat patrol.
Yeah, so this combat patrol, Eric, read it off for us.
All right, we've got a Demon Prince, a Sorcerer, Chaos Spawn, and another Chaos Spawn. So like 2 pairs of 2. And rounding it out, the Chaos Rhino. Everybody loves the Rhino.
And it's 475 points.
Honestly, if you changed those shit Chaos Spawns to like anything else, I'd be like, it's probably not amazing, but like, yeah, it's kind of neat.
But who's this one for?
No one.
Okay, but which factions is it legal in, smartass?
I mean, it should be legal in basically everything Chaos, right?
Yes, this list is legal in Chaos Space Marines, Emperor's Children, Death Guard, World Leaders, and Thousand Sons. And impressively, of those 5, you can add a lot of units to this that is in 4 out of 5. Usually Death Guard or EC is the one that's missing, because there's several vehicles Death Guard doesn't get because they have their own vehicle range, and then EC has a couple things they don't inherit that everybody else inherits. But like, you can get a very long list of things that are in every single Chaos range.
Yeah, it's not good for a lot of them, but I mean, we just need time. They'll flesh out each of the individual factions.
Right, it's a young game. Chaos has only been part of this game for a few years now.
A few decades, something like that. Basically new though. Yeah, dude, this combat patrol is fucking awful.
Oh yeah, this one's more miserable than anything just because of the premise and how believable it is.
In some aspects it actually is, and that's terrifying.
World Leaders, I really hope you're ready for another Constellation Foot Hero.
Hell yeah. And not getting the units like you used to have.
Just 3 more years.
Oh
12th edition. That's going to be your edition.
Oh.
All right, so take us into Orks, which we're clearly not re-recording because I screwed up.
Yeah, this one's interesting. I mean, it's really hard to screw up an Orc combat patrol because Orcs are so much fun. So let's like go back to some of our roots and make a thematic one, right? So like let's start with Zogrod Wartsnaga. We've got a thing of Gretchen. Actually, let's make it 2 things of Gretchen, and then a mech gun and an additional mech gun because like we're making it thematic, right? Grots are fun, and because mech guns just cost so much money, this is actually kind of a pretty decent discount. Like you basically break even with just the grots and like you get a free Zogrod on top of it. That's awesome.
It's actually shocking because like we were talking about it with the patrons. I originally had a different orc list and one of the patrons brought this idea up, and then they mentioned like, oh, we could do Killicans instead of the second mech gun. I'm like, no, I like that combat patrol, so we can't do it because it wouldn't be bad.
Actually, that would be a pretty sweet combat patrol. Like it's already, I kind of like it because I enjoy the grots. This isn't super bad though. We gotta try a little bit harder.
All right, well, we got an email from Up on High. The investors, they want loot boxes. They want gotcha mechanics. They want Magic the Gathering booster packs, and they want them pronto. They saw the money that Hasbro was pulling in by becoming a Funko Pop company, and they want in on that. So we have to figure out how to get loot boxes into Warhammer.
Yeah, I mean, it's the perfect time. It's like a decade after Counter-Strike got slapped for having all their loot boxes a bunch of times, but they're still doing loot boxes. So like, hey, clearly it doesn't matter. Let's get into it. I love the idea of having a loot box in Orcs. Very thematic, especially for a grot. Like that just works so well. The only real question is, what do we actually loot box there?
Well, without Zogrod, it is technically like a $2 discount. So for legal reasons, we'll make sure it's a discount even without Zogrod.
Yeah. So it's just like bonus on top.
Right. And then we sell it as bonus that you could even pull a Zogrod as an ultra rare.
Sure. I'm not. What are the other options there? What's the other options? I'm interested in the not ultra rare.
Luckily, we wasted a bunch of money sculpting Red Gobbo sculpts 4 times now when they're only sold once at Christmas and then never sold again. And it's a Legends unit that has no use.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome though, right?
So we'll make it where you pull one of 5 random HQs for your combat patrol.
Hell yeah.
And the ultra rare character is Zogrod. And then the common that you're usually going to get is just going to be one of the random Red Gobbos. And then we can hit them with a collect all 5.
Yeah, no, that works out pretty well. Honestly, I'm in. I love it. I want some of those commons because I didn't get all the Red Gobbos yet. I missed a couple of them. So this seems like a perfect combat patrol to me. I'm excited for 11th. Good job, GW. Just make sure to never add loot boxes to any of the other factions.
4 out of 5 boxes being a miss is also an orc shooting phase, so.
Yeah, it really is.
How'd last weekend go?
That was a good shooting phase.
Why waste time? Let's just roll charges.
Yeah, but you see, I wanted to pick up this bucket of dice and pour it and look and sift through for the 1/6. All right, enough fun with Orks. Let's get back to some bad combat patrols.
Yes, because that one was so good.
I love it.
So this one is Imperial Guard. And since we were complaining about the current Imperial Guard combat patrol,
It's absolutely awful.
I had to improve it. On this Making Worse Combat Patrols, I somehow improved Imperial Guard, kind of.
Kind of.
This is still vile.
We've got a Slime Marbo. We've got 3 things of Kadishan Jungle Fighters and 2 units of Kadishan Heavy Weapon Squad.
And if you're from the future, where these have been refreshed in any way, no. Morelio put the face on screen.
Yeah, because like from the list, the Slime Marbo's kind of meme tier, whatever. What are you doing here? But like, this is good. This is, a bunch of army men just chilling and being Imperial Guard. That's great.
So this is 37 models, which actually feels like a bunch of dudes, which is one of the identities of Guard. Now, you should put this next to another box that is more Mech Guard, but we're not getting into that right now. But this is doing an all right job of showing that you're like a swarmy army. So you may be wondering, what could the possible joke here be? Well, this is 37 models with 0 faces a mother could love.
It's brutal. We normally try to make sure that our episodes are fairly good to just listen to. If you're just listening to the audio and like you're on YouTube, take a quick look at these faces.
If you're driving in your car, look at your phone right now.
Or make a mental note, and when you're in a safe location.
No, right now. Slam the gas at the same time.
Oh boy, these models need some refresh. So yeah, what a great combat patrol. Just fantastic.
All right, Eric, let's see what you did on this next one.
Yeah, I got a Space Marine one. Everybody loves the Space Marine combat patrols. They're typically the best, the most value. Especially the Death Watch one that used to be in was great. Everybody loved that. It was just amazing. So let's do it again, but better?
Worse, which in this episode is better.
Exactly. So we'll start with a Watch Captain Artemis, a Tactical Squad, and a Vanguard Vet Squad. Also, obviously, the Death Watch upgrade. You gotta get those shoulder pads. Yeah, pretty solid. It's, a great start to playing Death Watch.
Eric, how many dollars is this?
Well, it's like $174, $175.
So what kind of discount is that in today, right before the price increase? Because we time these episodes very well.
It's like a 2.5% discount, which...
With the upgrade sprue or without it? Without it, right?
Oh, no. The upgrade sprue is sold for money, so GW values it, Brad. No. That's with the upgrade sprue. Without the upgrade sprue, it's not a discount. But yeah, so with the price increase that's likely happening, this would be a wash. Great. Nailed it.
This is awful. Why did you people want this episode?
The hilarious thing is it's actually not that much worse than the previous Death Watch one, just because Space Marine combat patrols are shit.
It's kind of amazing how bad it was. As a reminder, it was 10 intercessors, 3 aggressors, a lieutenant, an apothecary, and it came with an upgrade sprue or 2, whatever.
I'm pretty sure it was only 1, but even with 2.
Yeah, but without the upgrade sprue, it was maybe 20% discount if you wanted every single thing in the box.
Yeah, it was not great, but hey, it can always be worse, apparently.
We can find a way.
Speaking of, let's trigger some PTSD with Votann.
This one's just for us. I just made this one in 2 seconds as a joke for us.
Yeah, I'm glad you did.
It's still like sub 500 points. I think it's an insane value. I'm not going to go do the math. But this is just a Grimnir and 18 Hearthkin Pioneers.
Of course, it's 18 as a dumb bike.
If you have not seen Eric's opinion on these bikes, you should go back and watch the episode where we painted all of a Votann army, including 18 of these stupid bikes.
It just kept going.
The rest of that army was really fun to paint, but these bikes can go fuck themselves.
The first 12 were pretty good. You'd get to like 10 and you'd be like, all right, I'm about done, right? Then you'd look over and it's like, oh, I'm only half done. Great. This box, honestly, like pretty solid. And apparently the bikes are like $65. So like,
oh yeah, this is a sweep.
Yeah, this is a pretty good discount.
I made a Battleforce.
But it's got the emotional damage associated.
It's like being gifted 30 rubrics. Great, a job.
Nice. Why does this next one exist?
Because it's real and it can hurt you. This is an honest to God real combat patrol you can play today.
I refuse.
So this one was pointed out by one of the patrons. Because White Dwarf is still a thing, there are technically more combat patrols than there are combo boxes with combat patrol on them, because they make them in White Dwarf. And they did make a cool one for Harlequins, but that's not the point here. They made one for Emperor's Children, and it's one of the worst things I've ever seen. It's a Chaos Sorcerer, the generic CSM character. 5 Tormentors, which is half of one box of Tormentors. 10 Demonettes, and 3 Fiends, which I will remind you, due to the stupid fucking half-ass way they wrote this codex and the other Chaos Codices, means you could only ever play these models in a single one of your 6 detachments.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so as much as White Dwarf is kind of silly, I don't entirely hate the idea of having, like, you know, a couple little custom rules in the magazine, fluff, whatever. This is just bad. Even if you're gonna do it, what the fuck is that sorcerer doing there? It's just a generic. Come on, like, you have a theme, follow it through.
The sorcerer is like the laziest thing, but the thing that just pisses me off is that this reminds me that this would be like, oh, I'll get in doing this, and then you find out that your collection is like mostly illegal and you have to be shoehorned into a single way to play your fucking army now because they couldn't write goddamn rules correctly. I'm not salty, you're salty.
This would definitely be a terrible way to get into like 40k proper.
This box should be fine, other than, again, the Chaos Sorcerer is a miss, but this should be fine, and I shouldn't be this mad about this, other than the fact that the codices for Chaos are so bad that this isn't just Codex Slanesh, here you go, here's a mix of mortals and demons, like it would work in Age of Sigmar. No, we had to half-ass it.
Yeah, and this just shows off how annoying that is from like a fundamental aspect, because this could be okay.
And I haven't done the math to figure out if like it's a really bad value or whatever, but
it's probably fine. It seems like it's in the rough realm, but then again, it's a 5 Tormentors, so like half a kit. Yeah, it's not real. It can't hurt me. So let's move on.
All right, so the next one here, this one's, it's really easy. It's a Ministorum Priest, 20 Sisters of Battle, and an Immolator. It's a 30% discount. Like, it's fine. It's only 340 points. It's a little rough at only 340 points, I'll admit.
It's not bad for Sisters. Like, you would want...
Wait. No. This isn't a Sisters Combat Patrol.
I mean, it sure looks like a Sisters Combat Patrol that, like, was a little lazy on their homework, but, like, it's fine.
This is a legal Imperial Agents army, sir.
Ah, one of those, huh? The best way to get into Imperial Agents in 40k is just buy Sisters.
Is don't. The second best way is to buy a different army.
Is buy a paint project assassin and don't actually play.
And then spend $60 on a book so you can play your one model. I'm sorry, $65. Oh wait, we're getting a price increase. Does that affect the books? $70.
There's no way it affects the book.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Because, like, you can update the models by, like, $2. And it's a little weird, but, like, whatever. Having, like, a $62 book is such a weird thing. No way.
$62 would be a discount, Eric. They're already $65.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Shit.
They went up last time.
Oh, no. Well, let's quickly move on from that to potentially the greatest meme ever.
Everyone always asks us to do it, so I finally did it. This is a Tau Combat Patrol.
Oh, Melee Tau, woo!
No, I debated that joke, and then
And then you realize.
We went through stages of Tau memery, but one of the patrons nailed it because everyone asked for this, and I was like, obviously, this is the one we're going with. So we've got a Commander in Cold Star battlesuit that can't lead anything.
As is tradition.
And then we'll throw an Ethereal in here because I want something to be a valid leader.
Daring today, aren't we?
We'll put a strike team in here, just a 10-man.
Sure.
And then to fill it out with some spice. You know, everyone else, they play like units and things of value. But what if...
And Tau have their battle suits, right?
Right, but we already put one of those in the box. So what if instead we throw a shitload of terrain in here with the Tidewall drone port, the Tidewall gun rig, and the Tidewall shield line?
Oh, Jesus. I don't even know if they're all still sold.
They are. They're in the Codex. I checked all the shit.
I know they're in the Codex. I feel like they're probably not all sold because, like, either way, some of them look kind of cool. If there was more, like, if there were some, like, actual, like, Tau battle suits going on in there, and then the fortification terrain was just in the background and you happened to get it, that'd be such a cool combat patrol.
So here we go. A combat patrol with 3 fortification data sheets. Everybody clap.
Now I'm trying to think of, like, are there rules that you can't do that? I have no idea.
There's no rule that says a fortification can't play basketball.
Yeah, I don't think there's a problem with having 3 fortifications from the rules, but it feels like there should be.
Please, someone stop me.
Yeah, very much.
This should be classified as, well, I don't even want to make this joke on YouTube because you'll all flag the video and then we won't get any money.
Well, I mean, given YouTube's current...
Yeah, we'll talk about that at the end.
All right.
But anyway, moving on to more happiness. We've got 2 of these left, and one is very timely, so we'll save it for the end. So we can't do building worse combat patrols without our friends in AdMech.
Yeah, because AdMech is going to be real easy to make great combat patrols.
It's really easy to make a better AdMech combat patrol. It's really difficult to make a worse one, but I persevered.
Yeah, so we've got a Skitarii Marshal.
Who, as is tradition with bad combat patrols, cannot legally lead anything.
Really?
He could only lead the Skitarii, of which I dodged.
Yeah, no, that makes sense, yeah. Then we've got the 9 Servitor Battleclade.
Which is the new kill team for those who don't know.
Yeah, actually, they look pretty solid for Servitors.
Yeah, kill teams look cool.
And I mean, it's AdMech, so like all AdMech looks cool. Especially the 3 Cerberus Sulfur Hounds that we're going to have in this combat patrol.
Which I inherited from the current combat patrol, so you know they're good.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we'll round it out with a Sidonian Dragoon.
Yeah, we got a character, an infantry unit, a mounted unit, and we even got a vehicle to act as a pseudo centerpiece. It's 14 models.
It's a little light on the model count, but like it's okay. It's got like diversity going on with, you know, the different parts of the army.
Now, it's a bad discount at only 25%. It's like down at the low end of current discounts in combat patrols. It's actually almost in line with the current AdMech combat patrol in that way.
It's on the lower end, but like that's still a fine discount. So I mean, altogether, this, I wouldn't say it's like a good combat patrol or anything, but like we're supposed to be making bad combat patrols. Look at the Tau one we just talked about.
Well, I didn't mention one fact.
What's the catch?
This is 205 points. For almost this many dollars.
Oh, yeah, actually true. 205 points.
Reminder, this is a discount.
Right. Yeah, I mean, AdMech's got the whole, like, they cost a lot of money for a few points kind of thing. So you expect it to be on the lower end, but, like, there's a substantial difference between 205 and 300. Even that on the low end.
That's like a 50% increase, yes.
Yeah, 205 is ludicrously low.
Reminder, you would need to buy the equivalent of 10 of this to make a valid army, which would run you close to $2,000, and this is a value box that has a significant discount on it.
Just as another reference point, the Space Marine one that was put together up top that had like no actual discount or potentially a negative discount, depending on how you look at it, 260 points.
A negative discount.
Well, I mean, depending on how you look at it.
The Thousand Suns Combat Patrol, again, which I will point out is kind of a meme, but is like a decent combat patrol I wouldn't give GW too much shit for, was 450 points. That's what these boxes should look like for nearly $200 fucking dollars.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, it was one of those like, let's try and make it around 500 points.
That's what combat patrol used to mean.
Yeah, and then you'd have some that like 450 to 550 50. You know, you get that plus minus 50 just because the faction's kind of difficult to split things up certain ways. Sure.
And Custodes would be like 800 because Custodes need to have a discount and they're very elite, so they're the weird one.
That happens. But like 205, oh boy.
This is not that much worse than the current AdMech Combat Patrol. I will remind you this. The funniest part of this is the only way I could make this any worse. I could technically like remove the servitors and put in like another Dragoon, but that would give away what I'm doing. Or I could remove everything but the character and just make it like 4 Marshals or something stupid for like the true minimum possible. But like 4 Marshals is like the cheapest thing in any faction at 35 points. 4 of them is still not half of this point value as like the funniest meme on the planet. This is only double the most extreme possible case I can come up with.
It sure is interesting. You cooked on this list to find the bare minimum and then just kept digging. So, wow.
So my point here, if you take anything away from this James Workshop, is please, if a faction is notoriously expensive, give them good combo boxes so that they are collectible and we can advise people to throw money at a bad investment, because I will never tell someone to play AdMech with the current combo boxes.
Boy, is it good that this is the 11th edition one.
GW out there trying to make yet another worst possible thing they could do. Wait. He found a way to get 5 more points off by removing the Battlecade and putting in another Dragoon. Genius. 6 models. Here we go.
Yeah, we're usually on like the building better combat patrols is like, GW, take note. You can take all of these ideas, run with it. It would be great. And so they hear that and they're like, let's take a look at what Warhammer made for the combat patrol and find this. And they're like, that's the greatest AdMech list ever. Do it. Ship it. And the monkey paw curl.
And since everybody was making comments last week in the video asking me to react to the Drukhari reveals, we basically knew them all from leaks for like 2 straight years, but we pretended to be shocked.
I mean, we never knew when it was gonna happen.
But yeah, so we got the Drukhari Combat Patrol the week after we posted our Combat Patrol video. Thanks, GW.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
We're real good at the timing of stuff.
I had given up because they weren't even on the schedule at this point. I'm like, maybe we're just not getting a codex this edition.
It was crazy, just out of fucking nowhere. It was like, oh, I guess we're just ignoring Drukhari. No, out of left field. Here you go.
So I had to invent a worse combat patrol than that. So I went with Urian Rakarth, a Beastmaster with all of his little beastie boys.
Woo.
5 Racks, a Court of the Archon, and 6 Grotesques.
All right. I mean, it's a little weird. You're never too happy about like named characters, and 6 Grotesques is probably fine. Not having a boat is just, you're always going to compare it to the old combat patrol with boats and be like, I wish it had a boat. But okay, this isn't terrible, right? Like, it's on paper reasonable.
It's 510 points.
Oh, hey, we're in the right ballpark there. And I do enjoy the Court of the Archon. It's just kind of a neat little thing. So sure. What's the catch here?
Well, so as far as the discount goes, I can't tell you.
Oh no.
Because many of these models have not been sold in years and are fine cast, including the Grotesques, which are sold as single fine cast models.
Are they really?
Yes. All of the Grotesques you've ever seen me have are 3D prints or kit bashes.
I knew that. That's wild that they're sold individually.
So the 5 Racks is the plastic part of this, and technically parts of the Court of the Archon were made in different games as single plastic minis.
Okay, yeah.
So like part of the Court of the Archon could be plastic, but other parts have to be fine cast.
That's like a kind of a problem because these are like solidly classic Drukhari models and you just can't fucking buy them or they're fine cast shit.
It's honestly part of my problem with the new Combat Patrol is it is clearly missing a unit of Grotesques, and then I wouldn't really have a complaint for it as a Coven's Combat Patrol. It should have come out next to other Combat Patrols for the other parts of the army, but I won't get into that right now. But as a Coven's fan, I wouldn't hate the new Combat Patrol if there was just a unit of Grotesques in it, except you can't do that because they're a shitty fine cast model that hasn't been sold in years, as one of the 3 possible units you can have with your homunculus.
To be fair, there's some solid 3D print options out there.
There are, and you should do many things that are not giving GW money when it comes to these fucking fine cast models. But the worst part is, like, on paper, if this existed, it's still not worse than the current Combat Patrol, which is such a fucking downgrade over our old one.
Yeah, if all of these models were properly updated into plastic, the only real downside I would say is like you're in Rakarth, you're not gonna want multiples, and like
And the Court of the Archon is like a one-off buy. You would never want a second one really, unless you want like a meme list. A Beastmaster, one is more than enough. You're probably never going to want a second one if you even wanted the first.
but like a perfectly fine one.
Yeah, this is a fine one-off purchase, whatever. Except for what you're getting is not worth cash.
Yeah.
Which is why GW stopped selling most of this.
And yeah, the new one, there was no expectation of it being anywhere near as good a value as the old Combat Patrol boats, but like bit of a large delta there. I'm sure Drukhari is going to get a range update. It's going to be, same time as Grey Knights.
Will be the little brother army of 11th edition. You can do the 3rd edition throwback in 11th edition for the starter set. It'll be great. Cope.
Yeah. Cope.
And then they'll expand World Eaters, Emperor's Children, and Harlequins.
Yay, Harlequins. We're back.
And the new faction of the edition is Dark Mechanicus, and then the surprise extra one of Exodites.
And they're probably splitting up demons and stuff so that like it makes sense to the four gods. Yeah.
And they even released like 6 new demon kits.
Wow.
This is the things that I think about before they find me with a needle in my arm in the morning.
And then you wake up and it's like, oh shit, that was a dream.
All right, that does it for building worse combat patrols or whatever we end up calling this. I don't know if we're going to do a sequel to this one, but feel free in the comments to give us your ideas for other terrible ideas, and maybe we follow up another one of these next year. It'll be funny.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna do too many of these, but
No, I'd like to go back to designing things that are good
and fun to do other than like
every once in a while. It's really fun to be like, how can I hurt myself more? I know, we'll add loot boxes.
and then you have to continue to like expand those bad ideas, and it's like, I don't want this anymore.
Oh no, we accidentally ended up with something White Dwarf wrote.
It's not real, it can't hurt you. But yeah, definitely let us know what you think about this episode and if you're interested in more.
And asking you to comment is a great segue into a final note here before you all click off this video and go watch all the Building Better Combat Patrol videos. So it's been a bit of a thing around YouTube the last week or so of everyone posting videos about how things are not going well on many channels right now. We honestly saw this ourselves and kind of thought we screwed up, and then we saw the videos from big time creators being like, what is wrong? And we're like, oh good, it wasn't just us.
Yeah, I was kind of worried, oh, we took that 1 week off and then came back and things were like, oh, a couple of those videos didn't do so well. Oh no, the algorithm thought we quit.
Yeah, so there's been some weird stuff happening in YouTube land, which normally I don't care about, especially as a viewer. However, certain people like Borrelio need income to live. So if you're a fan of people on YouTube, not just us, this is not just me being a shit right now, but if you're a fan of people on YouTube who make content that you like, check out other avenues to support them that are not just watching advertisements on YouTube, because YouTube is not being stable right now and is very hard to figure out what you're going to be making for the month.
Luckily, we do have great patrons that are supporting us, so like we're not, oh, if we don't get the ad revenue from YouTube, we're just gonna disappear. It's game over. We're not at that point. We do have Patreon. That helps quite a bit. So, we're fine. But yeah, definitely if you want to support content creators, take a look at if they've got a Patreon or merch or whatever.
Which we also have, but we're bad at shilling. So it's the end of the episode as we finally mention these things.
But also take a look and make sure that like you're properly subscribed and all that stuff, and YouTube didn't unsubscribe you somehow. So yeah, hopefully that algorithm stuff gets all figured out, because it kind of sucks.
I really love all these new AI tools that have made everything so much better for all of the people making content for YouTube to make them money.
Something like that.
Anyway, that does it for this episode and this topic. And we have so many patrons who support us that we have to shout out a bunch of them every month. And they are a pulsating ball of pure energy,
A suspicious looking guy.
a dachshund,
Adrian Franke.
Amdragon this gene seed,
A mist.
Andreas,
Another hairy Sasquatch.
Arcus Trans now, deal with it,
Ava Warrior Princess.
Ave Dominus Nuts. Oh, I'm so glad you have to read this one, Eric. Say it for me.
This one, it took a moment because I was like, what the fuck does it actually say? Batty Bratty Daddy.
Big S, Big D,
Biggs the Purple Necron.
Blubbles 180,
Bob Mayers.
Bob Kerr,
BRB, gonna snaz my wagon.
Canuck A,
Carnivac.
Chad the Frog,
Chris Wilkins.
Christopher Gargliano,
Chroma Vale.
Colin H,
Cracker Barrel. House of Pegging.
Craig Judge,
Crazy Shack 48.
Cube 1359,
Jerry Sorcerer, Addicted to Mana Potions.
Daniel Field,
Darth Virgins.
Das Goopy,
Dominic Calcico.
Dylan Baker,
Edward Lawrence.
Enchanted Galaxy Cat,
Faye.
Flawless Oyster,
Gathering Clouds.
Gear Overlord,
Yeet.
Hemorrock,
Hyena Beans.
Hypnotic Spectre, him I win, Wrong him, but
I read the Space Wolves Codex, and all I got out of it was wolf, 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 wolf.
I saw Fulgrim pegging Brad in the back of a Cracker Barrel.
Ilindi,
Isaac Hall,
Czech Gaming,
Jarrett DePerna,
Jolene,
Justin Udacek,
Katie and Moore,
Kentorb,
Kozak,
Krishna,
Lucas,
Lord of Chaos,
Madison Ramanama,
Matthew Tsushima,
Michael Melcher,
Mitchell,
Mixolodius,
burnt toast,
Morefield 55,
Not Gaffy,
Not EE,
Omega Shark,
Pierce forgot about changing their name as a bit for a while,
Proteus 7331,
Colin,
Rethius Khan,
Rock,
Rogue Trader Jake,
Ross Warlock,
Rothana's All-Terrain Tactical Enforcer,
Remora,
Saft,
Sriracha Sauce,
Shamalama Ding Dong,
Shax's Pet Otter,
Solanite. Oh, God.
spraying my gene seed on Eric's face.
At least I didn't have to read it. Struggle Bus.
Yeah, the Mailman,
The Other Mailman.
the secretly not so secret Dark Angel,
The Crusader 13.
the Fish Boy,
Thurango.
Toledo rightfully belongs to Ohio,
Tom McGrath.
Vanguard,
Vartha Mark.
Warhammer Caleb,
Woodstock.
Why So Mad 2,
Zach Wade.
and Zimbabwe.
And we have producers we thank every week because they pay us so much and keep Borrelio fed. They are 3D Frank,
A healthy amount of piranhas,
Aetherian, collector of Adepta Sororitas,
Blisted Brain,
Broken Reaper 45.
Corvus.
Cracker Barrel pegged itself with that design change.
It is terrible, isn't it? It's so... Oh. Crafton survives the local trad wife.
Thanks, Fez. Demolition Man.
What the fuck?
Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus. It's not just fucking insanity. It's also like... Eric, how much did you jack off to Uma Masumi? How sexy is the game? Hashtag Mike Spainblade, hashtag Mike Spainblade, hashtag Mike Spainblade, hashtag Mike Spainblade, hashtag Mike Spainblade.
I will remind even the producers, don't go too far or we can't say it because we can't put it on air.
I think that one's fine, but
Gilgamesh Versus.
Yon Guy C,
Just enjoying my snazwagon for a while.
Kiwi Fruit Bird,
Le bloop bloop.
Mr. Squigums.
My tapeworm plays Tau, so I swallowed an airbrush. Sometimes you read it and then you process what you just said.
I absolutely love that one because it's not just a funny crude joke, which is fine, but like this has got an entire story.
It makes you think.
It really does, doesn't it? North the Heretic.
NJ Harlan.
Off topic, but where's the nearest Cracker Barrel? I'm egging for a pagan.
Pizza 00100.
Ratchet 79.89.
Scott the Jim Crab Mr. Festastic.
That Moiety.
The Idiot with Grey Knights.
Victorian Batman.
And War Game Simulator. Thank you all so much for your support. It helps a lot right now.
It does help when YouTube does things. We don't have to worry about it quite as much.
And if anyone sat through us reading all those names and you're interested in joining them, you can do so at patreon.com/solysingleton and join great patrons like Sashi. How long is this credits going for? Did Borrelio like super slow it down or did he just stop and pause it with the gray screen thing? How did he do this edit? I'm interested.
It will be interesting because I know that there was a question about like overloading his like pre-gen scrolling thing.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Are we still on YouTube right now? Did it cut to black?